We are going to be looking at our cosine function, and we want to know when is our cosine function equal to root 3 over 2, when is it less than that, and when is it greater than that? Well, let's go ahead and do the equal to part first. The equal to, so we'll set our cosine equal to root 3 over 2. You should realize that that's one you're supposed to have memorized, and that you end up getting pi over 6. You also want to think on your unit circle. You want to think, where else am I that same distance over? Because remember, cosine deal with your x coordinate. So you'd be over this far here for your pi over 6. You'd also be at that same distance right here, which is, instead of being up pi over 6, is being down pi over 6, which is the same as your 11 pi over 6. And then notice up here it says between 0 and 2 or 4 pi, which is 2 revolutions around. So in other words, you'd want to go around once to 2 pi and then come back to here. So it'd be 2 pi plus your sixth of a pi. And then you'd want to go around once you get to here, and then go around to your 11 pi over 6, which is 11 pi plus your 2 pi over 6, or 11 pi over 6 plus your 2 pi. Graphically speaking, what we have found, here's your cosine graph in blue. Red is your root 3 over 2. What we have found here in green matches up with these points of where it crosses. Well, let's go ahead and put that then on a number line. We know we're starting at 0, going all the way to 4 pi. We have our pi over 6, our 11 pi over 6, our 13 pi over 6, and our 23 pi over 6. Well, when you look at the graph, is your function greater than or less than the root 3 over 2, which is in red when you're right over here? Well, between 0 and pi over 6, you're greater than. Between your pi over 6 here and your 11 pi over 6, your blue function is below, so it's less than. In between your 11 pi over 6 and your 13 pi over 6, you're above, so that means you're greater than. Here you're below again, so that means you're less than. And then here at the very end, you're above again, so that means you're greater than. So we wanted to know, when are you above and when are you below? So when are you below? Meaning, when are you less than? Well, you're less than from here to here. You're 11 pi over 6, or 7 pi over 6 to 11 pi over 6. And then again from your 13 pi over 6 to 23 pi over 6. We also want to look at where you're greater than, where you're above. According to your number line here, it's from 0 all the way to pi over 6. Notice we can include the 0 because at 0 here, x being 0, are you actually greater than and above? Yes, you are. And then you're also above right here in between these two. And then you're above at the very end. And at the 4 pi here, you're actually including that because you are truly above there. So it's a square bracket. Now, you should remember that if you add or subtract after your function, all that does is move it up or down. In this case, when you're looking at the sine of x plus 2, that's going to be just shifted up or moved up 2. So this tangent of x, all with a minus 1, then that would just be 1 unit down.